studio in Newport Beach, California. Welcome to another edition of the Chabdog Sports Talk Radio Show. Sometimes scattered, but always edgy. We're an authentic take on sports talk. Rated R. Chabdog brings you Eric, the well-read, Frank, the tank, Brian from Sports Rock, and special guests. We're here to talk sports. We're here to rant and vent. We're here to take it up another notch. Now here's your host, Chabdog.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Chabdog Sports Talk. We're on each Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, brought to you by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's transactional business needs, and we do estate planning as well, and also by Chabdog Sports Blog for your head of your sports headlines and body sports commentary. Find that at chabdog.com and by typing in Chabdog to Facebook. All right, well, we got a second round of playoffs going on today, and this is usually my favorite week of football for the season because we should have some high-quality games. Here with Eric, the well-read Sove, my co-host. How you doing, Eric?
Hey, Chabdog.
Having a good weekend?
Well, yeah, this is the greatest football weekend of the year, so it's having a fantastic time.
Yeah. I'm not sure we had the greatest games of all time yesterday, but they were close for a while, both of them, and then slowly but surely the weaker teams lost their mojo. I kind of lost track of the Baltimore game because I was having a phone call talking to my uncle, and birthday was yesterday, and
oh yeah.
Just out of the corner of my eye, saw Lamar leave the game, and that was, there wasn't much hope after that.
No, because he didn't come back after that one, and he landed on his behind, but I think his pride was more hurt. He got cramps.
But he had they said he had a concussion, right?
That was concussion? I don't know how you get a concussion landing on your ass, but okay.
I don't know. That's what I read.
Uh-huh.
That's what I read. That was why he didn't come back.
Yeah, I know he had cramps again. He went in and got an enema, but it still didn't work.
You saw what I was circulating. One of my contacts on Facebook came up with a brilliant idea that I second. That the Ravens turned into the Steelers last night.
Yeah, I put that down in the show description there. You're gonna
with all those snaps going over the head of the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, at least the Ravens scored 3 points before the Steelers did.
Yeah, the Ravens scored a whopping 3 points in the whole game.
Yeah, because they never scored any more. Yeah, Buffalo had that game under control, and it was close. Obviously, in the first half, 3-3, it was close for a while there, but they broke it open. They didn't have to go any further than that because they could see that they had the defense under control, or they had the offense under control.
Yeah, the Bills did a nice job of they did the bend not break thing, and they kind of like they sucked Lamar into these situations near their goal line where he wasn't able to do it with his legs, and when he tried to use his arm, he can get kind of fooled, cajoled into bad decisions. That interception was just horrific.
Yeah, he wasn't making good choices, but I'll put that again on the Bills' defense. We're forcing him into some bad choices. He did make some first downs with his legs, though.
Of course.
So he couldn't get down on the goal line. He couldn't do it, but in midfield he was able to pick up some first downs using his legs. He's mobile. He was looking good. I mean, he wasn't having a bad day, but that was just a really good. They were both good defenses. Josh Allen prevailed, is all. Missing
field goals got hurt. It was it was one of those games where there were a lot of long drives and the clock went pretty fast, and so you don't end up scoring a lot of points, particularly if you don't take advantage of your opportunities. So so that leaves the Bills to wait for the winner of today's game, and you get to see what's lying ahead for the Chiefs, assuming they can win today.
Mm-hmm. Well, looking at both the Bills, and like neither team could get a lot of offense going against good defenses. Like Josh Allen was also making some pretty poor decisions. There were twice he could have been picked off in consecutive plays in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then of course Baltimore missed those. Just as an aside, Baltimore missed those 3 field goals. The kicker there.
Yeah, that was surprising. Very surprising.
Mm-hmm. Still wouldn't have been not a margin of victory, but yeah. Well, the wind was going crazy last night in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But look again back to the teams. I look at either team. They weren't getting a lot of offense going against a good defense. Buffalo wasn't getting a lot of offense going there. So I looked at them playing either Cleveland or Kansas City. I mean, they'll be a little bit better matched against Cleveland, but against KC, yeah, it's. No, I think Buffalo's come as far as they can. Same with Cleveland. They've had an amazing season. They've both broken out of multi-year funks that they were in. This is the progression that they have. That you win a big game, and then next year, then you can't you win a big game, but you're not going to go all the way to the big game. Not this year, but hey, you made the step in progression. Now you can lose.
So you mean in terms of next week? Not much question in your mind what's going to happen.
No, there's no question in mind what's going to happen today either. So, I just telling me to stop talking like Al Michaels.
Yeah, well, you just keep up that strong front. That's good. It'll
just
get
like
you
when
through
you
a
were
lot of
11
hard
and 0,
times.
just like when the Steelers were 11 and 0, and you were keeping up a real strong front there too. But you knew the truth.
It's just things have a way of changing when you leave the NFL. So
that's the beauty of the NFL. That is the beauty of this game. In the
the
early game
Saints,
yesterday, we had the Rams and the Packers. Did you catch any of that?
A little bit, not a lot. I was kind of, particularly the second half. I went on a bike ride, so when I got back, it was over. I did see that the Rams had they had it down to a touchdown, fourth quarter, and I don't know if they ever got the ball with a chance to tie the game. Aaron Rodgers just killed them with that last touchdown pass, I guess.
Yeah, he just took it back. There was a failed opportunity when they could have blown the game even more wide open in the third quarter, but that didn't happen until later. Yeah,
it looked like Green Bay was able to run pretty effectively in addition to the passing.
Mm-hmm.
But Rams just needed to control that game with their defense, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like I've told you and I've told others all along that the Rams defense, everyone's saying, well, this is the best defense, it's such a great defense. Like, guys, they haven't played anybody. They're good, but they're not great. Come on. Just, relax. I mean, they beat Seattle, a depleted Seattle team. No, you got to do more than that. That wasn't a great defense, and Aaron Rodgers exposed them. And you could tell, again, the same game, you could see through the whole game, they had it under control. Green Bay was going to win. And bear in mind last night that yesterday, those were the home teams that won. So today, so far, we've got 2 of the 4 games won by the home teams, and I can remember divisional playoff games or weekends where the home team won every time. Do you remember those weekends like that in the past?
Well, I think when I don't know I'm a Steelers fan, so I remember a lot of games when the Steelers lost at home. So I don't know. I'm sure that there were maybe the early '90s. I'm not, when.
Oh no, I'm talking in recent Dallas years. I'm just talking about any 8 games, any 8 teams, any 4 games on a divisional weekend. Yeah, sometimes you have weekends where it's unusual where all the traveling teams win. Usually the
But
norm
I
is
don't
that
think
the home teams win. But then
Yeah.
and sometimes it's a sweep, but usually isn't. I think it was either last year or the year before we had a sweep, which was maybe it was 3 years ago now. We had a full sweep. Usually you'll get 3 out of the 4 home teams will win. So today, yeah, we get a choice. It's either it's unlikely that both KC and New Orleans will win, but it's more likely for me that KC will win. So I'll say that Tampa Bay is going to upset New Orleans. That's going to be the upset game of the weekend is going to be Tampa Bay.
I know, and it's not a huge upset given
3.5, and the blowout game of the weekend is going to be the Kansas City game. Because there's one blowout, there's one upset, and there's 2 that just go exactly the way you think they were going to go, as predicted. And those were 2 games yesterday.
Yeah. So Cleveland shot its wad. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah, hey, they've done a lot there, and they've come a long way. I mean, that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is that here's a very dangerous team. I mean, Baker Mayfield's playing out of his mind. They're breaking conventional laws of physics that they don't need to have a consistent offensive line all year. They can bring people in off the street to play offensive line, and apparently they can block okay, and they don't need extensive training, and they don't need to know the systems. I don't know how that works, but they're playing that way, and they're winning games. So if that's the case, that's a hot team. I mean, Kansas City's going to have its hands full today. And if the other way this could go, just on pure momentum, is that neither defense. I mean, they're both. You can only ask your defense to do so much. So Cleveland's got a good defense, but against Mahomes, you're not going to expect them to do too much. And Kansas City has a good defense, not great, but good defense. But it's pretty hard to expect them to do a lot if you got a really hot Baker Mayfield, who's just going to defy gravity, defy the laws of physics, and make things happen out of a pure volition and guts. Because the guy is great. He's proved that, if nothing else. So this could be a much closer. Of course, I'd bet with that 10-point spread, but a lot of people are taking the Cleveland for a backdoor cover.
Yeah, I have more respect for Cleveland after watching them take down Pittsburgh, and I like their running game. They've got 2 running backs that are pretty good, and so they might do some damage that way.
Yeah, their running game's really good. But if KC is really good at putting 8 people in the box and disrupting running games, I'm not too concerned. Pittsburgh didn't seem to be able to figure that out, but I think KC's got a better shot at that. And Pittsburgh, KC's not going to spot him 28 points either, like Pittsburgh was trying. I mean, you guys were so generous last week. I didn't realize Ben was such a giving person. You like that picture I had with Ben and the turnovers?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Ben the Baker.
He's a new Baker.
Did he even have the Baker's hat on?
Yes.
Like an official Baker, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his new job. He's basically retired now. Is he going to come back next year, Chabdog?
Did I get a what?
Are we going to see Ben this fall?
Next year, yeah.
Well, this year.
I mean, there's definitely chatter about him being replaced by the immortal Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I know. But Ben may pull the pin himself. I'm saying, what if Ben says, I've had enough?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's going to try a little more. If he had a little more help and less pressure to produce all these points, maybe he'll just do fine. I'm starting to lose patience with this, but I guess I'm willing to see him try another year.
I'd take, as an objective third party here, I'd take Ben, a defective Ben, an old and defective Ben, over Mason Rudolph any day, the best Mason Rudolph there is any day of the week, because Ben's still better.
I mean, what are you really thinking that he could replace, but that would make sense?
Yeah.
I remember, I don't like watching Mason Rudolph play again.
Not like Ben.
I don't have to.
He doesn't play anything like Ben. He's completely different. The team's not wired for him. It's not. Now, forget it. Just keep Ben until you have to do a full rebuild.
If they acquired Deshaun Watson, that might be exciting.
You think Deshaun Watson's available? I mean, there is that talk. I mean, crazy. I mean, what are the Texans thinking? Let's piss off Deshaun Watson. Yeah, he's done nothing for us. He's a loser. Yeah. Let's go hire a new coach, new GM, and not even talk to him about it. Yeah.
Well, let's clean house. Well, that's fine with me. Just send him to us.
Yeah, okay. That's a good possibility. Well, then maybe Ben could get traded to Jacksonville to be with Urban Meyer. Hey, what's your take on that when you heard the news that Urban Meyer's going to the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I don't know. Is he ready for that? You think? I just kind of view him more as a college coach.
Well, he's been out of coaching for, what, 3 years now? 2 years? 3 years? 2 seasons? 3 seasons? Yeah.
It's been a while since they won the whole thing with him, right?
Yeah.
It's been like 3 or 4. And does he really want to try this? Like, going to go up in flames like all the other college coaches that have tried? Very, very few.
Very few. Yeah, it's the exception to succeed in the NFL as a college coach, not the rule.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what Shaka Khan, the owner of the Jaguars, is thinking here. Because I mean, no disrespect to Urban Meyer, but he's never. He was good at times, at the college level, and that's about it. No proof at the NFL level. He's been out of coaching for a while. How is he going to assemble an NFL caliber staff? How is he going to manage that? And I don't. I mean, he could do it, and to me, it'd be a surprise. I just don't see the ingredients there for winning NFL games.
He's an impressive coach. Impressive guy. I'm sure he interviews well. A lot of people know him, and probably pretty popular.
Yeah, but one man don't maketh the coaching staff. I mean, he's going to have to assemble a staff of coordinators and such. And where's he going to get these people from? I mean, who's he know that the rest of the league doesn't know? He doesn't.
Let go all the time, and NFL's a revolving door. You know that.
Well, it is, because most people are mediocre or average at best. But it's going to take more than that to win. So where's he going to find these people? And if is he going to coach them himself? Okay, that's even worse, because he has an untried NFL philosophy here. So maybe Troy Aikman
bring back.
I got an idea. Ben Roethlisberger could replace Troy Aikman in the booth, and Aikman could come out of retirement and go work with Urban Meyer, and that ship could go down in flames. How's that?
Aikman as an offensive coordinator?
Sure, quarterback's coach, I don't care. Just get him out of the booth so we don't have to listen to him anymore.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That guy's Joe Buck while we're at it.
Boring me. He's been boring me for years.
Oh.
They have no imagination. Just back guys year after year after year.
Yeah.
I was actually starting to like Collinsworth listening how bad it is. He's starting to sound good.
Yeah, and only in comparison. Because Collinsworth is starting to get on my nerves, too.
Yeah.
He's starting to talk too much.
Yeah. Oh, the worst was, did you listen to the college football the championship game and the job that this Kirk Herbstreit guy? I him either.
It was very ignorable, but I'm glad you brought that up because I've got that marked down as one of our topics here. We're going to cover the championship game on Monday night there. The Alabama win. Was it ever in doubt in your mind?
Not when I got there, and it was kind of close. It was touchdown late in the half. Late in the second half, they were within a touchdown, and then it just generated.
Mm-hmm. This is the Chabdog Sports Talk Radio Show, and we have a new caller. This is a call-in show. We love new callers. We've got somebody from the 323.
Oh, 323?
323 area code. Announce yourself, please.
I think I know who that is.
Yeah, this is Trey, the Great Wonder.
Oh, Trey.
Yeah.
Right on. I don't have your number memorized yet, brother. Sorry about that. How you doing, buddy?
Doing fantastic, but I'll get better. What about yourself?
Excellent. Oh, hey, every day in every way I get better and better. So it's exciting. We got some exciting games today. We're dripping down. Yeah, half. I mean, next week we have 2 games, and then 2 weeks' time we have 1 game. So I hate to bring you down, but yesterday was the last Saturday football we're going to see for a long time until next December. You know.
Don't. I don't want to feel disappointed right now.
Okay, let's go the other way then. Chabdog and I were just breaking down.
We always have soccer. That's like all year round, right?
Oh, that's right.
Wonderful. That's why you need to get more into soccer. It's all year round, never stops.
Yes.
What happened when
Trey of the Fabulous Parlay had a nice turn of events yesterday, from what I can gather. Go ahead and explain what happened to you.
Oh yeah, sent over a ticket, 16 parlay, 4 soccer teams. One was an underdog, and then the 2 football games straight up. $100 to win, $2,500.
Yeah, and he parlayed that baby.
So my speaker cut out there. $100 got what winnings?
Around 2,500.
2,500. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
So you
25 to free.
You took the 2 NFL games straight up. What were the 4 soccer matches you put on?
The 4 soccer matches.
I'm sure they were memorable.
I know. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even care.
Yeah, I told you I have a gambler's mindset. It's just there, and then you just forget the next day.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
It was Chelsea straight up, Leicester City straight up, PSG straight up, and the underdog was Sampdoria. It was an Italy league.
I was going to ask. I've never heard of that. Sampdoria over in Italy. Okay. Now,
Yeah,
Trey, there's a danger.
I don't know
here.
why they were a 2-1 dog. That was kind of weird.
There's a danger here. These are soccer games. I mean, so what happens? Don't most of them end in a tie?
Not most of them. I mean, like I explained before, on a typical weekend for soccer, there's at least over 1,000 games. Mm-hmm. So you gotta pick and choose your battles.
Okay.
Depending on the league. Okay, go ahead.
What happens if there's a tie? Is that always a push? How does that work?
9 times out of 10, that's a loss if it's a tie. If you tie it, there's a way you can win on the draw, which is you have to pick the team at, there's 2 different ways you could pick a team. You could pick a money line, and there's another one called PK, which is if the game ties, you get the money back. But that goes into a whole other realm of explaining.
Okay, but is it more expensive?
Okay.
I assume that's more expensive.
Yes, yes, it is. Like some teams, if you just pick them outright to win, let's say they might be plus 150. But if you pick that same team on the PK, which is if it ends up a tie, it can be either even money or negative 130.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you also pick the tie, now we're running into, the 2-to-1 odds, 3-to-1, 5-to-1 odds, and those can be real nice.
Well, 5-to-1, I like the sound of that.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds like it's for you. It's a lot of combination. It's not one thing or one game. It's a combination, and it's managing risk through the use of combinations. Is that part of the strategy? Mm-hmm.
Risk over reward, because you could pick how many goals can be scored, unders, how many can be scored. That's why I like soccer. You could pick, 3 games and pick them all to draw, and all you need is one game, and you'll end up on the plus side of things.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do you balance your book? I mean, if I just take something like, just like one NFL game, and you look at what taking the other side of the spread. If you have even bets on both sides, from what I can see, then if the favorite wins, the house makes nothing, and if the dog wins, the house makes a good chunk. That's with a balanced book. But then how often is it the rule always to go with a balanced book, or do you sometimes go with an unbalanced book and take a bit of risk?
It all depends on your bankroll, and how you want to play it. Shout out to my buddy Dion. He has a nice strategy. I like how he plays. It's really risky, but I like it.
Yeah.
I don't particularly play this way, but what he'll do is he'll take $100 and he'll combine, let's say, 5 soccer teams, and they're all big favorites. Mm-hmm. And you can win. It's 100 to win 400, but they're all favorites, and it's likely that they all will win, and they'll hit, so they'll all win. So he has $400 now, house money. Mm-hmm. So now what he'll do is he'll take 100 of that or 50 of that money, and he'll do some different combinations of underdogs and overs and unders. So he'll take $50, 5-team parlay to win $2,000, and he'll end up winning. So now you can play with house money that way. It's nice to play around with the house money, because you hear a lot of people say that parlays are sucker bets. I don't particularly think so. You just got to find the right strategy for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing roulette, but it's better because you're betting on better information on those parlays. If you win big.
Well, you got alpha there. And the roulette wheel doesn't give you alpha. Roulette just gives you action. But the parlay, at least there's a sense that you can use the information to advantage. You can use it to make combinations that a computer or other things couldn't think of. I like that approach.
Yeah.
So he goes big on the parlays, and you pull the parlays. Now, the thing the advantage or what, and just want to let our listeners know, you can contact us on Facebook to find out how to get in touch with Trey, is that these are wonderful ideas, but here in the state of California, like, you can't go online or make any of these bets right now legally. They don't allow you to do it, so you have to go through a professional bookie to be able to do these things. Is that have I got the right idea here, Trey?
That's exactly true. You got to find some offshore books. Mm-hmm. I won't say any of them, right now, because that can run into some legal trouble. So you got to do your due diligence, and most gamblers know this by now. And there's a lot of good books out there that will pay out. And some people do the local bookie thing to where they got a friend or somebody that pays them weekly, which I call blood money. Mm-hmm. I don't recommend those. They give you a balance to play with, 1,000, 10,000. Mm-hmm. But if you lose, you got to pay them at the end of the week. If you win, they got to pay you.
Yeah.
But that runs into too much trouble. I would never recommend that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Booker, you ever see that movie, The Bad Lieutenant, with Harvey Keitel?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so he plays his character is a New York City detective, and he's also a bookie. And at the same time, the Mets are in the World Series. It's a movie in 1992, and they're expected to lose. So he keeps collecting the money and telling everybody, I'm going to bet it for the Mets. And he actually bets it. He goes to his bookie and bets it against the Mets, and the Mets keep winning. And he keeps convincing his people to keep rolling it over, and the Mets keep winning. And he keeps going deeper and deeper down, and then the Mets win the final game, and he ends up that's the whole. He shoots his car radio in broad daylight.
So they're on
bookie. I wouldn't want to
on a
work
roll, and he just keeps betting against it, thinking they're going to lose the streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They're the Mets.
Yeah, well, he did it. He did it the first week. He went against the Mets and bet against them, and they won. And he told the people who gave him the money to bet the Mets, he bet against. Yeah, he didn't bet the Mets. He bet whoever else was playing, or he bet against. Yeah, anyway, he lost. Yeah, he didn't bet them, or he bet the Mets and they lost. I don't know. Anyway, no, the Mets won, and he bet for the other team to win. That's right. So he just dug himself deeper and deeper right from the first week and could never get out of that.
I might have to check this out then. I don't know why I haven't seen that.
Well, it's an old obscure. So, Trey, do you help people place bets, or do you just give advice on how they should bet?
I just give advice, what they should play, because I just charge a flat fee.
Okay.
If they want me to place the bet, then that runs into a percentage charge, because, I got to take the time out to, log into your book, and there's other things you have to do to where, I don't get tracked, making wagers for people.
Yeah, no. So a client of yours would get advice in terms of, good places from as a California resident that you can play that are reliable and trustworthy. And then also get advice in terms of how to place, what you think the best bets are for the week.
Correct.
Yeah.
And, hopefully I like working with people who, don't know the difference between a home run and a touchdown, because they listen. Those people who are big fans, you tell them, we got to bet against the Lakers today, and they go, shit crazy. I can't bet against my Lakers. I can't bet against my team. It's those type of customers I can't deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a fan of the game all the time.
You got to be more a fan of making money.
There you go. It's an investment. Don't let the players be the ones to make the millions all the time.
Yes. And I'd have to think, you get a lot of people that really don't know the difference between a touchdown and a first down?
Not really. It's probably like 15%, even that. They get a little tip from a friend, and they just want to try it out, so put an investment to the side and give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you have them sign a nice contract. Don't make these.
I haven't had a giant contract, but it's coming. But if it don't, the bookies are always there as the bank, as the ATM machine. Mm-hmm. Like I tell people, I'm not here to take your money. We're here to take their money.
Mm-hmm. That's
why I charge such a low fee, because like these other guys out there, there's no magic. There's no 5-star game. There's no platinum game. There's no, super inside information.
There's no 1-900 number.
Yeah, no magic 1-900 number and super lock of the century. Anything can happen in a game. Injury can happen. Anything.
That's true. I hear those guys. You hear those guys on the radio on Saturday morning or Sunday morning when they I guess they buy an hour or two on the local stations, and all they're doing is just banging their, get my lock of the week. They just tease you about all their football knowledge, and then say, go on this website or call my number and get my lock of the week.
Yeah, that's how they got me.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at now.
Yeah,
but it was a good thing.
Story. You got into it. Yeah, you trusted those people and found out that they give half the nation one side of the bet and the other half the other side, and get them to just fund it for them.
Dirty.
That's
Dirty,
their game,
man.
And Trey does bet on politics as well, right?
Hey, I'll bet on anything if I can find an advantage, even if it's two roosters fighting.
Sure.
Bet on anything. Move.
Michael Vick.
Yeah. So we were saying, I was saying, well, what can you get right now for betting that Donald Trump is president in another month?
Well, I don't know. It's probably off the board now because we got a few days left until that's
officially impossible.
Yeah. But
yeah, I think it's off when the military arrived.
Probably like 2 weeks ago, you could get 10-to-1 odds, 20-to-1 odds, which I got some odds on that it still could be possible to happen.
Yeah, well, let's hope not. Let's hope there's a peaceful transition of power. Though, are you suggesting there's going to be something otherwise on the 20th, Chabdog?
I'm just saying that there were bets. There was a lot of betting on politics. Every it's become a bigger thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how much money was being wagered on the election itself.
Oh, yeah, the Brits do it all the time. I hear they've got all kinds of wagers for their politics, too. But the Brits bet on anything, don't they?
Yeah.
Out
here in like Vegas, they don't list those kind of bets. You gotta go offshore to take, politic bets, awards like the Oscars, stuff like that is all offshore. They don't do it at Vegas, which I think they should because they're missing out on a lot of money.
Yeah. Never understood that money.
They don't do
opportunity. They don't do it.
You can't do that in Vegas?
No, they don't do prop bets like that. No political prop bets, just sports.
Just stupid sports prop bets.
Really?
Like how many times is the center going to hike the ball over the quarterback's head in this game?
Wouldn't that have been great?
And I'm sure in a Super Bowl, something like that is listed because those props get wild for Super Bowl.
You can't bet on. Can you bet on the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas?
That's a good question.
I just had somebody, my wife here, raise that question to me. I was like, I think I heard that you could. There might be a prohibition there.
Why not?
Well, because it's corruption, home team.
Just because of geographic.
Because they did for the college teams. Any college team that was Vegas, you couldn't bet on them.
Okay.
They was not listed on the board.
Yeah.
So that's a good question with the Raiders. I think you can. As of now, that might be changed, but 100% sure at first you couldn't with the college teams.
We'll look into that. So we are listening to the Chabdog Sports Talk radio show, and we want to welcome in our next guest, Brian Keller of Sports Rock from Facebook. Brian, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, guys. Thanks. I've been listening.
Good. Good to have you on.
Brian Keller. Brian got torpedoed like I did with the Ravens last night. Right? You picked the Ravens, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. I did. I mean, I wasn't really sold on it. I was surprised at the game, I must say. But, I was going to wonder about Trey there, what he thought about what happened with that over-under on that game.
That was surprising. Like, that went way under the total. I didn't expect that. That was a shocker.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah. 20 points.
Yeah, I'm more heartbroken that my Rams couldn't even give me a back door.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Made a game out of it for a good while. Yeah.
What was the line on that one? 6.5, 6 or something?
I got 7.5.
Oh,
yeah.
You had 7.5. So if they had just scored another touchdown, it would have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if they could have stopped the other touchdown.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's either way you look at it. They were holding on there. It was 25-18 at the end of the third quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the offense? Did Goff? I didn't see what happened in the last quarter. Did the Rams come close to again?
No, they just weren't. It's a shame because obviously his injury has got to have some effect on him. But he has been troubled. Yeah, they haven't been that. They were spectacular a couple of years ago. And not so much.
Golf needs to be replaced ASAP.
You think he's just never going to get it done for them?
That guy's overhyped.
For the amount of money,
he might be right. He might be on something there.
They gave him a
How
really
about
big contract.
Watson. Everybody's talking about Watson. If you don't mind giving up a few interceptions,
He's kind of like a poor man's Peyton Manning with a thinner neck and a less sturdy constitution. There's hope for him if the pocket breaks down. He's not going to be able to handle it.
Yeah, they're overcompensating him in their roster. They after the last the Super Bowl they were in, they gave him a whopping contract, and that level of performance, that level of pay, that whoever's there has got to play at a high level and win games like that yesterday. And he's injured and everything, okay, but still, you just have to do it one way. You get paid that kind of money, so I think they're going to cut him.
Nothing's going to change.
Yeah. McVay's got to move on, and the league's figured out McVay as well. That he's a one-trick pony. Okay, we figured out your offense. Now what? Now what are you going to do? Yeah, like Jason Garrett.
I did want to say that you should put in your tagline that Chabdog Sports is still free, unfiltered, and uncensored.
That it's what?
Uncensored.
We're talking sports here.
My show is uncensored.
It's uncensored.
Still uncensored.
Oh, yeah.
Holy dog shit!
That's right.
Don't make a fuck out of me.
Yeah, it's R-rated sports talk.
The show has been cleaner lately. I wonder why.
Well, I was thinking about that, and I've got I miss hearing that Bostonian accent, So I've got a little something here for you.
You can always play the archives.
Well, this is something. It sounds almost like him. Well, here, listen. This is so. Everyone, we're all like, like Cologuard. You might have seen those commercials for those boxes. You can do Cologuard, where you can get testing. Well,
that's a good way to find out if you have cancer of the anus.
Yeah. So here's a good one. Here's the commercial for that by Mark.
Introducing Cologuard.
Where's my wall?
I'm here for an important reason. Colon cancer screening. It's a non-invasive test you can use at home.
Talking blocks? My God, I gotta lay off the shrooms.
In fact, I'm as easy as get, go, gone.
How about you get, go, gone the fuck out of my bathroom?
There's no need for time off or special prep because I use the DNA in your stool to find colon cancer.
The only thing you're gonna find out from my stool is that there's a Chipotle next door to my job.
Then you just go.
What do you mean go? Wait a minute. You want me to shit on you? Where I come from, that normally costs extra. What are you, a Russian hooker?
I mean, collect your sample. Then I'm gone.
Hey, what the... Are you going to be talking the whole time while I do it? That's going to be a deal breaker.
Just ship me to the lab.
Did you just say shit you to the lab? So wait, I'm going to shit in a box and you're going to tell me if I got cancer? What's next? I fought on a carrier pigeon and you tell me if I got lupus? Well, I guess it's better than going to the proctologist and then question my sexuality for the next 2 weeks. Prepare to get shipped. Hard.
What? No, what are you doing? No, you're supposed to shit in the kit. The kit! Oh, dear God, no!
It's too late now, little talking blocks. The shit train has left Brown Eye Station. Oh, God. I went to a Mexican restaurant and had all-you-can-eat sushi.
It's burning me! How is that even possible? Oh!
Oh, God. I shouldn't have had those Baja Fish tacos.
There's so much of it!
Oh, man. My poop's gonna have gills. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, little talking box.
Who eats this much corn?
Oh, man. I think I'm gonna need a bigger box. Eat your heart out, Frank. Fuck!
What can Brown do for shit?
Here's my box of crap. Look, you're not gonna want to open this up. Trust me. I got you a pine tree air freshener. Hang that around your neck. This side up, unless you want to buy yourself a new pair of hands.
Please, kill me. Talking boxes. I gotta lay off the shrooms.
Oh, God, not again.
Oh, no.
Buckle up, buddy. This is not going to be fun for you.
No!
Yeah, we miss Mark. Some lowbrow chowder humor there.
Yeah. Do you have any more Saul Rosenberg?
Oh, Saul Rosenberg. Yeah, I'll go hunting for one of those.
I was hoping we get to hear some more of him.
Oh yeah, I'll get him up in a sec. Why don't we talk a little football here while I find it?
Oh, okay.
How about we talk some Chiefs football? How about today's game? Anyone got some takes on that
Are we going to see a lot of points today, Trayvon? Do you think it's Trey? It's
Trey.
The classic time to bet the over.
That total is at 57. That's high.
Yeah.
I like the Browns getting 10 points because the Chiefs haven't been covering as double-digit favorites well this year.
I stuck my neck out. I'm going for the Browns today.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Ooh.
The last act of a desperate man.
Oh man, you like living on the edge, but
yeah, I figure, what do I got to lose? I don't know. Kansas City, like you said, is it's just not dominating. I know they're good, obviously, and they're excellent. And Cleveland was pretty fired up there. And if they have that kind of emotion, yeah.
I kind of feel it.
Yeah.
Like I got this weird feeling like something weird just might happen.
Yeah, maybe Myles Garrett will have a great game, and maybe he'll sit on Mahomes and break his finger or something. Double a great game.
This isn't good for Ida's anxiety here, guys. Like those kind of suggestions.
Maybe the first hike will go over his head.
Yeah, that'll be a signal. I think that's the tip-off signal that the fix is in. Whenever the center.
Yeah, Blue Eddie.
If the Browns are inside Kansas City 40 and it's for like fourth and anything under 10, I think they should go for it all the time. They should send a message.
Yeah.
Just balls to the wall. You got to go all out.
Yeah, we're not giving the ball to Mahomes unless we absolutely have to.
There you go. Yeah, I agree.
That's if you had a choice in the matter. You're not going to get a choice in the matter. You're going to have to give it to Mahomes. And he's going to blow you. He's going to blow you out. I mean, someone's got to, you got to stop him. And if you can stop him, that's great. But I don't. This has been going on for 2 years now. They did it to San Francisco. They stuck them. They stuck Pittsburgh 2 years ago. They stuck New England. They've been going on. Their train's been going down the tracks a little harder here. They got a lot more momentum here than it may first appear.
No.
So it sounds like you're saying it's a Chiefs blowout.
Yeah, I think. Well, Trey, every divisional weekend, of the 4 games, usually, sometimes you get upsets. But sometimes you get all 4 home teams win. Sometimes three out of the 4 home team wins. Usually, you get 2 games that go pretty much as projected, and then you get an upset and you get a blowout. So yesterday was having. I'm saying those are the 2 games that were going that we pretty much predicted how they had happened, and today is going to be the blowout, and today is going to be the upset. And the upset's going to be in New Orleans, and the blowout's going to be with the Chiefs. And that's just the law of averages.
Ah, look at you.
So
Riding that Brady train. Okay.
Oh yeah. You don't think Brady's got? Didn't they have a chance of taking New Orleans down? I mean, New Orleans is really weak right now. The quarterback Breeze or who are the other 5 people?
Definitely that could be the. It's going to be. I think that's going to be the game. But yeah, definitely he could. He could definitely do that. I mean, there's no doubting that. But I'm just going to go with New Orleans. I'd like to see Breeze do it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I know the odds are against them though because they already beat them twice.
Yeah. But I've seen teams take them out 3-3 in a row in the same season before in the NFL, somewhere in the past.
Yeah, Brandon brought that up, and I had to look up a stat on that about the teams beating another team 3 times, and since 2000, the year 2000 till now, the record is 5-2. So it's really on the side of the team winning 3 times.
Wow, it's 5-2. Okay.
Oh, it's happened. It's happened in this kind of game. It's happened 5 out of 7 times.
Yep.
Wow.
Since 2000. Wow. I would have thought the other way around. So that's very informative. Huh.
But it's never happened to Brady.
See, I didn't look up all that. Now you get into deeper waters. Let's just stick to Brady losing. I don't want to keep seeing that guy win all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But looking ahead, I've got a feeling that maybe this is Rodgers' year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
My gut's telling me we'll see Brady.
They didn't look too good losing. They lost to Green Bay and Tampa Bay this year, I think. I mean, Tampa Bay lost to Tampa Bay and New Orleans this year, I believe, didn't they?
Might have. I don't know.
So,
when do they usually hand out the MVP for the year? Like during Super Bowl week?
It's before the Super Bowl because they gave it to Lamar last year, remember? Before
the playoff meltdown?
Before the playoffs and everything, yeah.
Okay.
Was it before or I don't know if it was before or after, but it was before the Super Bowl. Yeah.
So who's the MVP this year?
I think at one point Rodgers was at 8-1 odds, and I wanted to lay that, but I just hate having my money being tied up for 16 weeks.
What if I told you you could go back?
Very good candidate considering everything. Although, boy, that kid in Buffalo is something else.
He is, but he was kind of stymied yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about being most valuable to your team.
Oh, Josh Allen, for sure.
Josh Allen, yeah. And like those guys were talking, like, comparing like when he first came on the scene like 3 years ago, and the difference between him now is just a full, 180.
Oh, and he's still a kid. He's got a long way to go. I think he's going to get even better.
Yeah.
And the team around him is getting better. Yeah, they're making progress. Are they a Super Bowl winning caliber team yet? Maybe.
This year, maybe, but I don't think so.
No.
I think they're missing a couple of pieces, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they need to send a salami to their boy in the Army.
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Hi. Hello.
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
Hi, this is Sal.
Hello.
Yes, hi, this is Sal. Hi, thank
Hi.
you. Thank you. I would like to order a box of bolognas, please.
A box of bologna?
Right. They say send a salami to your boy in the Army.
Okay, let me explain. The bologna comes, our bologna comes one
Send
way
a
only.
salami to the boy in the Army. That's what they said.
Right.
I want to get salamis and bolognas.
Okay, bologna
Hi.
comes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. Go ahead.
Bologna comes in one size. It's about a 7 pound.
Yes, a 7 pound bologna. That's a big. Oh,
that's huge.
Oh, what was that? What was that? Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
It wasn't here.
Oh my word. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The salami.
Send a salami to your boy in the army. I like that.
Yeah, the salami, soft salami, come 2, 3, or 5 pounds.
A 5 pound.
2, 3, or 5, and the hard salamis are 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 pounds.
Right. When they cure the salamis, is this the one that they rub on the neck leather? They rub these on the neck to make the skin like soft salami?
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they cure it. They rub the intestine all over the back of the neck with the salt wounds or something like that.
Not that I know of.
Send
no.
a salami to the boy in the army. That's what they always kept telling me when I was there. And I like that. And what I would like to do is order boxes of bologna salamis, please. Thank you, please.
A few. No, this is for mailing.
Yes, I know. Oh my God. Are you all right? Please.
This is not happening here.
Oh, my word. Oh, God. That makes me very scared. I'm very, very scared when I hear that. Ma'am.
All right, what state are you in?
I'm in New York State.
You're in New York State. Okay, we can't ship
the wonderful Empire State. The wonderful, beautiful. Send a salami to the boy in the army. I love that slogan.
Yeah, we can't.
You got powder, salt and powders over there?
Excuse me?
Yeah, and a salami with a boy in the army. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
There's Saul.
Yeah.
Torturing some woman on the
phone.
Yeah,
I know. Got to get... does he have a series of those? I think we heard that one last week.
Oh, is that okay? I'll play another one after the break.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. It's all right. It's just.
This is from the
Yeah, I
Jerky
remember
Boys.
the bologna salami one from last week.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we played the warts. Was the warts on his ass? That was a week before, wasn't it?
I think that was the one before the. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know we heard both.
Okay.
So those are crank calls he's making?
Yeah, this goes back to the 90s. You might have heard of the Jerky Boys? No?
No.
Okay. Well, there was two guys together in the 90s, and they were called the Jerky Boys, and they were known for making prank calls like this. And they played different characters. And then this guy, it was just, it was a fad. It was, I think it lasted for 5 years, and it kind of disappeared. Brian, do you remember that, the Jerky Boys or prank telephone fad that went on in the 90s?
I remember somewhat of that. I remember DJ Rick Dees was really one of the proponents of that on his radio show back in those days.
Yeah. Yeah, it was big on radio shows to make prank calls and stuff. So they got a name for doing
Speaking
that.
of cranks, I got an update on Larry Brown. Do you know there was another Larry Brown in pro sports besides the ones we already talked about?
With the Jayhawks coach?
Yeah, but there's another Larry Brown that's pretty famous. In addition to the Jayhawks coach and the Dallas Cowboys guy, that the DB that had the 2 interceptions in the Super Bowl for Pittsburgh against Pittsburgh, there was a tight end named Larry that played for the Steelers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And there was a running back for the Redskins named Larry Brown. But the guy that played
exactly,
yeah, the Redskin running back Larry Brown. That was the Brown is Beautiful campaign back in the day for him.
Well, the Steelers' tight end was a big factor in their first Super Bowl win when they beat Minnesota. I just read about that.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little tidbit there.
So which crank do you think he was referring to? Which one of them have the longest one?
Well, I think he was referring to the Jayhawks, right?
I don't know why, but I think that's the truth. I just have to find out the why behind it.
That's the Larry Brown that comes to mind when anybody hears that name.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but you don't think of his crank, but apparently he has a big crank too. But I've got to get that verified. You got better things to do.
Well, we won't have a game to talk about in the second hour. So we'll just have to turn to other topics. But the first game doesn't start until 12:30, right?
1:30.
12:05. That's 1:30 Pacific time.
Yeah, 1:30 Pacific time.
So, well, there's plenty more we can discuss, and we can go over the lines of the games and talk about anything else you want to talk about.
There's a few notable birthdays we can talk about.
All right. Well, that's all coming up in the second hour. We'll take a break here, Chabdog.
All right, this is the Timeout of Mine Divisional Playoff Blowout Show, and we're going to go to a break right now. Eric, you just throw something on the Barbie there in terms of good clips, all right?
Yeah, coming right up.
All right.
We're told that greatness is exceptional when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit DefyLifeGear.com to get fitted for greatness.
The law office of Brandon S. Chabner, serving clients in Southern California with transactional legal services since 2007. We handle general, corporate, outside counsel type work, drafting and negotiating a wide variety of business and commercial contracts, including non-disclosure agreements, independent contractor agreements, and employment agreements. Our experience includes working with public and private companies and involves a broad range of industries, including healthcare, consumer products, real estate, and high technology. Mr. Chabner has over 20 years of legal experience, having worked for some larger national firms and serving as general counsel for a multi-million-dollar private company here in Southern California before starting his own legal practice. His educational credentials include a law degree from UCLA, where he was on law review, undergraduate degree at Yale, where he graduated magna cum laude, and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Other areas of focus for Chabner Law include press release and business plan editing, pre-litigation matters, and debt and mortgage resolution work. You can contact us at 310-698-0740 and at bchabner@chabnerlaw.com.
Like Chabdog said, he was 100% right.
He can take all comers.
Don't worry, lady. I'll have you cleaned off in a minute. You will. You will.
How dare you strike Mrs. Morgan? Don't you hit my mother!
Oh, a backbiter, eh?
Hitting me. I didn't hit you. Oh, you didn't. I hit you. Oh.
They missed me. It's clear. Oh!
The very idea.
What happened?
Nothing happened, my dear fellow.
Get out of here.
Something be done.
You missed me.
The king's yes!
Yeah, that'll teach you.
Folks, this must stop.
Dr. York just... I've taken. I like best... Oh.
But you started it. As a rule, parties bore me, but I know I'm going to get a big bang out of this one.
Oh, Senator, I'm so sorry. Stop it. Do you hear me? Please.
But I raised my rifle and fired. Naturally, the lions halted. So I turned to my right, and there, coming toward me, was another lion. What did it scare me? Not a bit. Oh, the old soldier like I am. And I turned to come face to face with another lion. Just at that moment, that very moment, I heard a roar to my left. The lion that I thought that I'd killed was only wounded. Wounded him. But you understand exactly what I'm talking about. But at that time, now there I was. One lion here, one lion there, nothing but my thrusting knife and my bare fist. But there I was above. Oh, me. Never have I been through such a lion fight.
Somebody give me a pie.
You let cutie pie.
Your drink, madam. Pardon me, madam.
Dear Councilman, it was... Oh. Oh.
A wise guy, eh? How do you like that? Why, you... Oh.
And the town's Hey, Pedro! Hey, Pedro, my man. Hey, what's happening, Curtis? What's going on? Yo, man. Oh, I don't know it. Hey, home, it's your ride? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I got it off my cousin Johnny, man. This is your... this bad low machine is yours? Yeah. Oh, Pedro, you got a taste of soul to you, bro. And style, too. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Hey, now, you know what you need to go with this bad ride? A chick? No, baby. Check these out. Knuckles? Genuine diamonds, baby. Those ain't for real diamonds, man. What you... Hey, man, check this out. Step back. Ain't for real. Check this. Hey, man, what are you doing, man? You scratched my window. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Hey, well, you know what I do need, man? We've been looking all over for some smoke, man. Nobody has no grass, man. You got some? Hey, man, I got some weed straight from Turkey, boy. That's what set them Arabs off.
Set them Arabs off.
Yeah, man, yeah. Some turkey. Hey, man, this stuff is so bad it'll put a hump in a camel's back. No shit. I wouldn't shit you, baby. This is some bad weed. You got it on you? I got it on me, man. You got to check it out. It'll boogie-woogie on your brain. All right. Just 'cause we tight, I'm gonna let you have it for a double dime.
Hey, this shit ain't shit, man.
What?
We smoked this whole lid, man, and I haven't even got a buzz yet, man.
You ain't high?
I ain't high, I'll tell you that, man. I don't feel nothing, man.
Boys, my man Curtis sure came through for us this time, did he, man? I'm annihilated, you know? What? Give me a cookie. Juan, don't beg me, man. Go in the kitchen, you know?
You must get high on lawn clippings, Jack. 'Cause this ain't grass, man. I'm telling you that.
Oh, you guys is tripping, man. I told you Curtis is our partner, man. He came through for us, you know?
Hey, if we sold you that, man,
hey,
I wouldn't want to have...
Hey, man, hide.
What?
Hide, man.
Hide. We're back. We're back to the second hour of the Chabdog Sports Talk Radio Show. We're back, Chabdog.
We're back.
We're back. Well, we're back, Brian.
We're here.
Yep. All right. So second hour hijinks.
We're ready for hijinks.
People.
Don't forget Sports Rock on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
My sports group. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading some birthdays, and I ran across how do you pronounce his name? Jeremy Rennick?
Yeah, that's it.
Hockey player?
Mm-hmm. Rennick.
Yeah. Very nice career, and then everything went downhill. 2019, NBC suspended him for making inappropriate comments, joking and suggesting a threesome with some co-hosts.
That's the joke.
Getting fired. Getting fired February of last year.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you know about Kareem Hunt?
Who?
Good.
Yeah, either Brian or Trey. Trey, do you know anything about Kareem Hunt?
Kareem Hunt. Are we talking about the football player?
Yeah. He's a Browns player.
He came from the Chiefs. He's good.
That is correct. He came from the Chiefs. The Chiefs drafted him.
So should be a little worried.
Now, does anyone remember the circumstances on why he ended up in Cleveland?
No.
But wasn't there some kind of a sexual thing, some kind of a theme? Maybe did he have domestic abuse or something? There was something going on there.
Yeah, you're on the right track there, Chabdog. He was involved in a domestic abuse complaint with a lady friend of his, and it got pretty ugly. And so Kansas City decided to cut bait, so they cut him.
He got banished. He got banished to Cleveland, and hope maybe he's got his act together.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Come back to haunt them, or
yeah. Well, it does, but he. I guess it's the thing. If he's not fit for Kansas, is he fit in the NFL? But Cleveland seemed to think so. And it just very quietly.
Well, there's all kinds of controversies about that. Some guys have gotten themselves blackballed or removed.
Yeah, he didn't get himself like Ray Lewis, or he didn't get himself completely blackballed, but he did. Yeah, he managed to get back. So look at him today. He's going to be able to come back on Kansas City the first time he's played.
It still sickens me to this day whenever I watch I think it's ESPN, and they've got Michael Vick on there. I just can't forgive that guy at all.
I can't look at him and not think about what happened. And yes, he served his time, and yes, he paid his dues. And he's back out, and here he is. I don't quite add up how that can all be forgotten, but apparently it is. So, is that nouveau revisionism or what?
Yeah, it's called some things are forgivable. Some things, I guess, of animals. It's not people. So.
Oh, but the Chabdog, do you forgive? The Chabdog
difficult. I like to give people a second chance.
But that one just too far for me. Sorry.
I understand.
Did he? Has he not? He hasn't done anything like that since, right?
Oh
and,
no, of course not. No.
Well, what he does since really isn't that relevant. It's what he did. How many times do you have to do it before it's really bad?
Yeah, I told you to do it before it comes wrong.
I mean, I love animals as much as everybody else, but I don't know.
Eat them,
he went to prison. He said he was sorry. I get it. they're not going to probably forgive OJ, right?
Well, especially when it was his brother who did it too, or no, his son. Sorry,
his son. Maybe he has a brother.
No, it was his son. It was his son. He's covering for his son.
Son.
What did Ray?
Yeah, I wonder if he'll ever know.
What happened with Ray Lewis? Because he was on TV for quite a while, doing as a commentator, and then I forgot what exactly happened because he's not on TV anymore, right?
No, but it wasn't anything I mean, they forgave him for whatever went on, and those people who died in his presence, or however that went down. That was so long ago now. I can't even remember the story.
Yeah, so he's not on TV just because they decided that he wasn't good at what he was doing?
No. Oh, yeah, maybe it was something like that, or I have no idea, but it wasn't related to the what he had been involved in years earlier. Performance related, who knows?
Yeah, it's yeah.
I just heard he had a good lawyer.
He must have beat those charges. Wow.
Well, yeah, they had Evan Smith on TV for a while, and you couldn't understand what he was talking about all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think he was...
Yeah, I think I recall that. There's a few other guys that they tried in the past that are like that. They're just like, huh?
Yeah, but I'd still... Ray Lewis or Michael Strahan. I mean, I'd still rather listen to Ray Lewis, but okay.
Strahan drives me nuts.
The gap-toothed wonder?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes him lovable. No, that's the other way around. I find the gap tooth very lovable. It's endearing.
That thing scares me. I don't know why, but
he flosses with rope.
Doesn't he have a morning talk show? Does he still do that? The Good Morning
he's big
America.
Time. He's on with like Regis and Kathy Lee, or in that time slot with Kelly Ripa.
Yeah. He's all over the place.
Yep. Yeah. He reviews panties and things on that show. I don't know. What do they do on that show?
Next, going to be on The View.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
With Barbara Walters.
Yeah. Joy Behar.
You can talk panties with them. Or the Joan Rivers Fashion Police.
So, well, I keep coming back to what's going to happen on the 19th and the 20th. Like nobody wants to talk about it because like half the nation is on pins and needles, and the other half is clueless.
I'll make a prediction for you, Chabdog. This is all blown up. Nothing's going to happen. Nobody's showing up. Who's going to show up in the face of all these troops?
We're not going to have a lot of protest marches in different state capitals and things, you know.
Protesting what?
I don't know.
Who's showing up to protest what? And if they are, there'll be small, isolated groups of people that look like dingbats.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, they obviously are showing a force. They ain't going to mess around.
Yeah.
And their voices have been heard and blah blah blah. And yeah, I don't see much. Happening.
And I'm not sure I really like this look in Washington, this overly militarized look. I mean, I understand it's COVID. You weren't going to have a normal inauguration anyway, because normally it's a huge event, and hundreds of thousands of people come into the D.C. area for the inauguration, because all kinds of business gets done in those days, in those conferences. I've been to one once. It was quite a party. Everything, bars stay open till 5 a.m. I mean, it's just fun. Anyway, so you weren't going to have that anyway, but then to bring in all the military, I mean, you weren't going to have a bunch of people over anyway, so what's the big deal? And really, are armed mobs going to storm the Capitol? I mean, do they have intelligence?
They could just have a curfew or something.
Yeah.
That military is to keep all of Biden and his minions from running away, because we're about to have some arrest.
Oh, I hope so. They're arresting, and they got another 15. They got 100 people of another 15,000 to investigate, though.
That's fine.
Yeah. People from all over, different walks of life and careers, and it's kind of crazy.
But did you notice, Brian? They all look like a bunch of white men our age.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they all looked like. I thought they all looked like Patriots fans.
Well, the one guy looked like a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Viking guy. Yeah. Yeah, but
my son thought it was funny that one of the guys got busted, and his mother was there with him.
Well, he lives in her basement.
His mother was involved?
Yeah, they took her in too.
He brought his mother with him.
She was like Ma Barker or something.
He either brought his mother or his mother brought him.
Yeah.
My mother made me do it.
My mother made me do it.
So back to the prediction here, what's going to happen on the 19th and 20th. Yeah, we could see with our own eyes. I mean, this isn't a huge group. Well, extremism in any form is not the majority of Americans. We do not tolerate this. This is bullshit. So we don't, it doesn't matter whether it's Antifa left-wing extremism or it's a bunch of white guys, right-wing extremism, and they want to wear their Auschwitz camp shirts and crap like that. I mean, this is detested either way. It's allowed because we are a free nation and because you can hold the most stupidest ideas all you want and tell your friends too. Yeah, doesn't mean you're right, but this is not tolerated. So these two extreme groups, there's not enough of them to form any kind of national protest or anything like that. And the rest of the sane people have accepted the election results and are ready to move on, whether they like the outcome or not.
Well, you have to let people protest. If they want to say that they think the election was fucked up, they have a right to do it. And
100%.
So I don't like this atmosphere where people are worried they can't say anything. It's not what you say; it's what you do. I mean, if you're threatening and fighting and inciting, that's different. But
oh yeah, I agree totally. The right to protest and argue is certainly. I'm all for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not
like
saying that their rights should be taken away either. That's a complete.
Yeah, you remember that, and there was all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think we've enough of the protests and the bigger statement. But I don't.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't think. It just seems too calm for Trump to go down like this, and I just don't see him just letting it go through. And I think we're in for a big surprise in the next couple days.
Boy, Trey, I hope you could be right, but I really hope you're wrong. Sorry to say that, but you could be right because he has shown that his interests are for him first and the nation second. So you're right. He could try.
Yeah, you heard he's going to have a big old blowout exit, I guess he's planning.
Oh, really?
Talk about 21 gun salute and fireworks and.
I thought I read the military said they're not going to deploy anybody
variety
for that.
Show.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be him celebrating 4 more years.
Yeah.
Trey is really coming up with some wild theories here, but we don't know and actually live through this.
Well, because of the protests, the different moving companies all denied Trump's request for movers, so he had to resort to U-Haul.
Nobody's going to move him out of the White House?
So he's scrambling around Rockville right now trying to get U-Haul trucks as we speak.
You got to be kidding me.
Well, I am, but it sounds plausible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine you see a bunch of U-Hauls pulled up next to the White House and there's his staff are loading the trucks?
Yeah, his family.
His family, yeah. His Ivanka.
See, Melania packing the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did make a joke. I said that you guys make sure that you inventory the White House before you leave.
Well, I'm sure they do.
Like he stole all the silverware?
Well, the Clintons did. Didn't put it past the Clintons to do it, so.
Yeah, but I know what Trey's saying. It's a little bit eerie that he's been this quiet lately. You know, it's almost like you can't believe it.
I've just been grateful
Yeah.
that we haven't had a news focus. Yeah, the news focus, the 24-hour cycle can get off of him now.
But I mean, they silenced Twitter, so that does a lot, and Facebook silenced him, so he's been effectively silenced in a
He's
lot of
silenced
ways.
on all social media platforms, and which raises the question. I wanted to bring this up, gentlemen. Parler was also removed from existence. The website was taken down.
That was that one's kind of iffy because, well, Parler itself was already known as being pretty far out there, and then they all started making a major move to it, and it already had a lot of controversy as it was. But when it comes to that, well, yeah, you can read whatever you want into it. When it came down to it, like Amazon, they were using their servers and their equipment. And Amazon, I guess, apparently said, you know what, we can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not like shut them down technically. They just took them off their, whatever they call that.
Their servers. Yeah, they were paying for Amazon server space. They had a contract with
So
Amazon
they just have
to
to
provide
find
server
another one.
access.
Just have to find another one.
That's right.
I don't like this whole censorship where you can't say what's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That part of it, yeah, I get that too. But I'm sitting here on Facebook every single day, and I see plenty of people giving their opinions, sometimes even to an extreme. But I think they're worried that, well, yeah, they're more worried about all people that spread things that are maybe false or misleading, and it can lead to bad things.
I mean, again, I mean, who cares?
There's a lot of that out.
You should be able to just say what you want.
There's been a lot out there. I mean,
because if I go on there now and type in, you know, guy getting head chopped off, I could get a ton of videos of something like that, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say, you know, Trump's going to get 4 more years or I'm banned. I don't understand that.
Yeah, when the Chinese Communist Party can still tweet, when the Ayatollah of Iran can still tweet and have access, and the President of the United States cannot, there's something wrong there.
Yeah, I get it.
But I see what you're saying too. You don't want to, you don't want to propagate lies and untruths. But on the other hand, you know, it's up to each individual to determine what is true and what's not.
It just can't be so subjective. It's just too. These big platforms are like common carriers. You just can't. They can't act like, you know, run-of-the-mill privately held companies that can choose to do business with whoever they want.
But that's what they just did.
Yeah.
And that's why Trump wanted to take that thing out of the FCC too.
Yeah, Section 230 protection, and I agree. These companies should not be holding Section 230 protection right now if they're going to exercise this level of control on an arbitrary basis on what they will and will not carry. They should not have Section 230 protection. This is going to happen. Even AOC wants to go after Facebook because they said they played a role in this.
And don't you find it weird that Trump's been like saying all types of stuff and talking about the media for the past 4 years, and just at this moment they finally decided, okay, we got to ban this guy.
Well, they finally had a reason to do it, at least something you could hang a thread on, a reason to do it, with the instigation of a riot, of an overthrow. They didn't have that before.
Yeah, that was obviously the final straw. Yeah.
Oh, and the odds of impeachment? Yeah, okay. Trey, can you get us the odds for the impeachment being successful? for them getting 17 Republican senators to vote with the rest of the Democrats to impeach to impeach after the fact the former president?
Yeah, that's another funny thing. Like, if he's leaving in 2 weeks, why are you trying to impeach this guy so badly? It's like
they just want to stick it to him on his way out.
They're addicted to this guy. It's a drug. I mean, what is CNN going to talk about for the next 4 years of Biden in charge?
It's so boring. It's going to be great. The ratings
they're going to get shut down.
Like I thought, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have had long careers, and up until 4 years ago, I thought held both of them in pretty high regard and thought they were real professionals as politicians. But in the last 4 years, and how they've stooped to Trump's level of mudslinging, I've seen them in a different light. I'd like to see them return, and others in the political system return to some normalcy here, where it isn't a 24-hour news cycle on what the president's doing or not doing, or who he's pissed off today, or what group he's aggravating. And
oh, you know what? Sorry, you know what really gets me watching the. I flip around. I even go to Fox sometimes just to get a laugh sometimes. But the CNN and the MSNBC are the two primary ones. Sometimes they just. I don't know. Sometimes it frustrates the hell out of me because they sometimes get on this subject of racism, and it just like, come on, just it's like that's like their secondary go-to.
Well, I'm torn with that because I see that too, but on the other hand, we can't bring it up enough. I mean, it should
to
be.
A point, yeah.
It needs to be more. We need to have it more in the forefront. Obviously, we did it. Burying it and
I understand there's that problem. Yeah, I understand
where
that.
we are here today.
It's just the way that they'll flip a conversation right into the racism card.
Mm-hmm. They do.
I think that's the narrative.
Yeah,
it just gives legitimacy.
Who's really causing the racism?
It gives legitimacy to that knee-jerk accusation, and all the people that follow those news networks legitimizes them having that position that all the Trump supporters are racist.
Well,
I even did a little op-ed on my Facebook page, my own, just putting it out there that for the most part, the majority of these people that supporting Trump are really okay, good people at heart. I mean, they're just all into the Republican conservative values and everything like that. He represents their party, and they're all for that, But I pointed out that he's got an awful lot of extremists that are attracted to him and fighting for him, and that's the bad part. And I suggested that you need to separate yourself from those people, and maybe the only way to do that is to drop Trump. Separate yourself from Trump in order to separate yourself from those radicals.
Oh, you mean the party? Oh yeah, the party's done for if they hang.
Don't support Trump because he's, as great as you think he is as far as his politics and whatnot. He's unfortunately drawing that equal rate presence out there. You got militias and anti-government types and race and real racists, and as long as you keep them in power, or if you try to keep them in power, you're going to have all those people.
Oh, dude, we've had militias in this country since this country became a country. And the only thing that's different now.
I understand that, and there's radical left to get that too. But I'm just saying that if they really, the right thing to do might be just to, you could stay conservative, stay Republican, but Donald Trump may not be the best guy to be following.
I find it funny how, some people call him racist, and it was fine when he was doing TV shows and all that other stuff, and you had all these rappers calling themselves the Black Donald Trump, and you know, he was hanging with a lot of those people back in the day, and all of a sudden he's a racist.
Yeah. We got from his roast where Snoop Dogg was roasting him in I guess in jest. There was a lot of laughing. It wasn't like they treated him like he was a pariah.
It's not so much that he's define him as a racist, but he has stated and that a proponent of some thoughts and language that could be viewed as racist in nature. Like the Muslim thing, the Mexican thing, for example.
Or those shithole countries. Don't forget the shithole countries.
In the shithole country, yeah, the shithole country. Yep.
Yeah, but he's a populist, and that's why he was elected in the first place, because he's a populist, and the people, you know, the bulk of the people that support him supported that whole populist movement, and we have a history of populist characters in this nation. You know, Huey Long, remember him? Father Coughlin.
George Wallace.
Yeah, and there are times that our nation has historically been drawn to the populist because we're fed up with the politicians. We're fed up with their all the bickering and crap they do. I mean, look at this week. They could all get together on both sides of the aisle and get shit done in this rancor. I mean, why can't they do this every day? Well, you can assemble this quick and get a vote through for an impeachment and get articles together. That's great. Now do something for healthcare. Do something for the economy. You know, pass some legislation put the same zeal into normal day-to-day work, and we'll really get some shit done in this country.
Exactly. Right. When they really want to get something in a hurry, they can.
They sure can. Bipartisan.
In 8 days.
Yeah, they can get bipartisan really quick. No, the Republican Party will die, and that is not a good thing because you need a good opposition. You know, good. It makes the lead party, whoever they are, all the better that they're being challenged. And so a bad Republican Party or a weak Republican Party is bad for the nation. And I do not see any way the Republican Party can coalesce around Donald Trump now or in the future at any time and be a good alternative. The Republican Party needs to get younger and it needs to improve its base. And it's got to adopt. I mean, there are a lot of immigrants to this country who are Republican. They need to play that card. They need to get with, you know, the diversity that this nation today is. This isn't 1960 anymore. And those white guys, you know, in an ironic twist of fate, all those white guys who stormed the Capitol last week, that was kind of like the last hurrah for white men or their last chance to put their faces out there. That, you know, they're reaching back to a nation that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, maybe it existed when we were born, but that's gone now. And that's not coming back. So it was their last, their reach-out moment, what do you call it, acting out of white men, because they know times have changed.
Eric,
that's why they call them the well-read folks right there.
But that's an outdated view that all those people that supported Trump were white men, middle-aged white men. That's just not true. If you look at who voted for him, I mean, he got a lot of minority votes.
Oh, I know. But that's the Republican vote too. That's being mixed in with that. You know, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of hardworking people. They like less government regulation. They like lower tax rates. They like taking strong action against China because a lot of people came from regimes that were like that. You know, the Vietnamese community. You know, they ain't voting Democrat. You know, they respect a strong leader. I mean, he was these things to these people, and you know, so you got to respect that. But the one thing he never said the whole time, he liked the division. He liked playing off of his group against their group. He never once said, you know, as Americans, when we come together, there's no challenge that we can't ever tackle. And that's, you know, I hear President Biden saying that, and I've never heard Trump say that once in his 4 years, and that was a wasted opportunity for him, and another reason why, it's a failed leadership. You know, the success of this nation comes from us doing things together not pitting ourselves against each other. That's evil.
I think both parties should be eliminated. I'm not. We just need a whole new ground of people in there, because they've always, in my opinion, and I'm one of those rabbit hole people, I've always thought, politics was just dirty. And having a grandfather who's 109 years old, having a grandfather who's 109, and you ask his opinion on what he thinks of politics, and it's like, oh, it's great. My taxes been raised every year, so nothing ever changed but taxes. So I think both parties should be eliminated, and I always like to go with gut and feeling, and I just have this gut feeling that Trump was not a politician at all, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was a big appeal right there. Yep, that was a big appeal.
Yeah, actually, for 4 years, I bought in on that sole principle. Yeah, he's not a politician. That's why he got elected. And some great things came from that. The international, calling out NATO, calling out China, calling out Iran. Yeah, we're pulling out of this deal because you guys are enriching uranium anyway. We got the evidence. You're not even following the deal, and we gave you $250 billion, and you took that money and bought arms, and now you're fighting us in Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, there is a massive mess, and I agree with Trey there, too, about party. I don't know if you're going to eliminate those two, but a third or a fourth would certainly be helpful.
Yeah, we're a long way from there. It'll probably be in the next 100 years before we get a new party or system in place. But I honestly think with Biden in charge that it's just going to be a one-party system for a long time.
I think it depends on, well, it's looking that way, but I'm feeling that it's going to be dependent on how well or not well they do the next 4 years.
Well, better not put in a truth commission. That sounds totally insidious.
A truth commission for what?
AOC wants to have a truth, some kind of government body that further monitors truth and what can be said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of like what Brian was saying there, just to make sure people aren't crossing the edge. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, just to make sure the only true stuff is reported.
Get ready for what a novel idea that is.
She gets right on that. Yeah, I like that.
I see that in George
It's
Orwell.
Kind of like religion is like, okay, whose truth is right?
Kind of like Samuel L. Jackson.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? What? What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes. Then you know what I'm saying. Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time. He's black. Go on. He's bald. Does he look like a bitch? What? Does he look like a bitch? No! Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch, Brett? He didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brett. You tried to fuck him. And Marcellus Wallace don't like to be fucked by anybody except Mrs. Wallace. You read the Bible, Brett? Yes. Well, there's this passage I got memorized. Sort of fits this occasion. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. and I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was great. I just got a text from a friend of mine from the Daily Mail. Pentagon rejects president's request for huge military-style farewell parade with crowd of supporters hours before Biden's inauguration.
Yep. Yeah, it's not going to happen. There'll be no parades. He'll get to walk to the chopper.
Right.
Get to the chopper.
No flyovers.
It'll be Arnold Schwarzenegger telling him to run to the chopper. Run to the chopper! Donald, run to the chopper. Run to the chopper. He'll be lucky to look as good as Nixon
Eric,
did.
Got any Nick clip you can play?
The Nixon clip, we had Bush talking about Johnson.
Oh, you don't have anything from that Nixon movie I sent you?
Oh, you sent clips from Nixon. I looked on your Facebook page, too. You didn't, not this week, buddy.
Oh, not this week?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're hallucinating.
I thought I sent you one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a guy that was, I saw that movie. They had a lot of the same things, a lot of the same issues going on with that you see here with a president that felt isolated and under attack and got paranoid. A lot of people would think that was a lot worse than what happened here.
Yeah, Nixon was a binge drinker, and it used to concern the people around him that he'd get pretty loaded by midnight, and he's got the nuclear football there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his by himself. He wasn't a social.
No.
Wasn't really a social drinker, was he?
No. No, he just sit there and drink by himself.
He wasn't a social person. It was just he's a very interesting character because, very, very cunning, good politician, but he wasn't social. In a lot of ways, he was like LBJ, but he was not social, and kind of the dark side of a lot of other politicians, but very, very effective.
Well, sure, we wouldn't have an environmental protection agency if not for the Nixon administration. We might still be on the gold standard if it wasn't for the Nixon administration.
Bretton Woods, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the foreign policy things that he did, that still has an effect, today. And he had the foresight to allow Kissinger to do what Kissinger did.
China.
Yeah,
I remember when people were attacking Obama and his predecessors for allowing China to what they do, but I always point out that it was Richard Nixon that opened the door.
Correct. Yeah, that's should be under re-examination now as to why we ever opened up to China, a communist, a repressive communist regime.
It's all about the money, my friend.
Yeah, it's all about the money. This is.
They drink a lot of Coke over there, I understand.
We're on the terms that we've done it and continue to do it. We're sowing the seeds of our own economic destruction. We're tying our economic wagon to theirs, and we don't need to tie our economic. We never needed to tie our economic wagon to theirs for our wealth and for the stability of our system. This is going to bring down our system. We need to decouple from China. We need to go back to making their currency not translatable into ours. Right now it's transferable. We need to cut that. Like Bitcoin and stuff. You ever wonder why all that Bitcoin, those people get involved in Bitcoin and it's going up? Well, guess what? You're giving liquidity to China. by participating in Bitcoin. And that's how they're smuggling their money and their value out of there. Because they don't want to keep it there either. They want to bring it over here. I mean, I don't blame them bringing it over here. I wouldn't want to keep my money in China either, because you're subject to confiscation if you start doing too well. Everybody takes a piece of your ass over there.
Well, I like Bitcoin.
But that system will flood us if we continue down the path we're on. And I don't know what Joe Biden's going to do. I don't know what the Democrats are going to do moving forward vis-a-vis China. I can only hope that they keep on the same pressure. They could see that just logically, the pressure the Trump administration was putting on China was needed and still needed moving forward here. They need to clean up their act. And if they're not, we need to move on.
Yeah.
I like
good luck to that.
Here's a guy that's a birthday today that we could put on that Hall of Fame question list here, Chad.
Yeah, which guy is that?
One Chili Davis.
Chili Davis.
274, 2,380 hits, 350 home runs, 1,372 RBI.
Yeah, and wasn't he a switch hitter?
Yeah, switch hitter. One of the top 20, 25 switch hitters of all time.
Yeah, if his average had been higher, I think you could make a really good case. I don't know about those numbers, though. They're good, but
yeah.
I think it's probably not really there. It's close, but not telling.
Yeah. Oh, one of the guys on one of those other sites made a great point. Somebody's put up a list of 10 guys that should be in and whatever, and this guy goes, the administrator goes, you could play this game all day long. You can come up with 10 guys that should be there. Guess what? If you put them all in, there's going to be another 10 guys that you're going to say should be in there. And then another 10, and then another 10.
Thick, slippery slope.
Yep.
And by the time you get done, we're talking about Dave Kingman.
You hit rock bottom.
It was a damn power hitter.
Why does baseball seem like the hardest sport to get in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it is. It is. It should be. Like what we've been used to, right?
There's like certain magic numbers you can reach and get at that usually got you in, but then they start even questioning those at some point. You get over proliferated.
Yeah.
And some guys brought a lot to the game, not just for like their hitting, for example.
I just don't want it to turn into the NBA Hall of Fame where, let's face it, all the good.
Yeah, the NBA one was like,
I say make steroids legal.
Just make them legal. Yeah. I don't know about legalizing, but I don't think it should be a factor in the Hall of Fame. That's my take.
Guys
That's
shooting
when
up
they had. That's when they had the most views. So I say, let it be legal and let them just muscle up and hit those balls out of the park.
But Trey, look at the size of Barry Bonds' neck. It'll never be the same again.
But it's funny.
Baseball, 1998 again.
You don't think that was just a phase?
Let them have aluminum bats too.
No aluminum.
Well, I heard around two years ago that they did something with the balls to where they some material they put inside it so the balls can float more, so they can have more home runs.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. They twisted the course.
Oh, I'm into that too.
Yeah, because the network's been complaining about, they don't get as many views and, people like scoring. So, they're coming up with all these ways to have more scores.
Yeah, so they
But you look at the last decade, there's not as many guys hitting that 45, 50 home runs anymore. like there was a rush of that in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, this year doesn't count because everything was abbreviated.
Well, no.
Last year, did anybody have 50 home runs last year?
2019.
Good question. I think somebody did.
Mike Trout?
I gotta believe somebody did. I can't remember.
I'm going with Mike Trout.
Let me see what no, he never got 50.
Who led the league in homers last 2019? I have to guess it was.
Yeah, we need Tank.
It would be, wasn't it like Aaron Judge or something?
I think Judge was the last one to do it. Let me see. Here we go. 50 home run. Pete Alonso of the Mets hit 53 last year.
Pete Alonso?
Yeah.
And a Met.
Thanks, hero.
53 of his 54 career home runs. Aaron Judge at 52 and 17. Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Judge. Okay. Huh. I would never guess that.
Yeah, and Stanton hit 59 in 2017. So, yeah, I guess I was wrong. Well, that's just a lot. But
Giancarlo.
Before 2017, 2013, Chris Davis. 2010 was Batista. And, there was quite more than I thought there was every year since 2001. There was a gap between 07 and 2010, and a gap between 10 and 13, and a gap between 13 and 17.
13 and 17, that's a good gap.
Yeah.
Five full seasons.
Yeah, they forgot about Alonso. 53 home runs.
So, any parting words of predictions from you, Trey, for about the games today? You think the Bucks Saints is going to be high scoring?
You mean about the big soccer game?
Talking about football. We can give it.
Soccer sounds intriguing because there's so many games, like you said, all over the world.
We'd all like money.
I could give a quick game. It's a Italy League game that I like. The game is at 11:45 Pacific time. Venice. I like the under 2.5 goals on that one. So that's something, to look at.
Sounds thrilling.
Oh man,
I gotta get like goalie.
Gotta get you in the.
It's almost like betting on hockey, I guess. Huh? You might get a little better than 3.5 or 4 on a hockey game.
Cannot bring myself to even talk about hockey right now, let alone basketball.
Oh, basketball? That doesn't exist. We'll get the NFL over with, and we'll think about basketball.
Yeah. Well,
college. Sorry, is college going to try it? Basketball?
What do you mean?
Oh,
they're playing basketball right now.
They're playing right now.
College.
Oh, college is? Oh, okay. All right. He hasn't been paying attention.
Yeah, that is going on. So the Final Four is going to probably be, a mask event, right? We're going to have.
Oh wow.
That's going to be so lame. God, it's just so lame. No fans.
I don't get why the players on the bench have to wear a mask while they're sitting.
Really. None of the players on the floor are wearing masks.
Well, yeah, on the floor or on the field, yeah.
And then with football too, finding the coaches, they catch them without the mask on for I don't know how long. which, again, if everybody got tested and they're fine, why do you have to wear the mask on the field? And especially if it's an open dome, or it doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing about the game. The Bills, there had about 8,000 people, I guess.
It was noisy.
Yeah. So the Packers, right?
Yeah, I think
the
Packers
Packers
had
too.
9,000.
Intelligence reports we're going to have 20,000 at Arrowhead today. Almost.
Oh, it's growing. It's growing.
It's going to be noisy.
Maybe that's where Trump's going to have a rally after the game.
He doesn't even. Yeah,
What a
if he
brilliant
can
idea.
find the right Kansas City, Chabdog, bear that in mind. He might land
What's
in the wrong
that?
one.
It's
And he could just rent a stadium somewhere.
Kansas City, Missouri. That's a red state.
Kansas City, Kansas.
Yep.
That's
The Chiefs were in
yeah,
Kansas.
still red.
Why the KU in Kansas City? It's Kansas City, Missouri, sir.
Well, you know the difference, but tell that to Donald Trump, will you?
The trick question: where's Kansas City located? Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, him and the My Pillow guy. My predictions are next week after the 20th. He and the My Pillow guy will be doing crack in the alley.
Oh, Trump will be found on the street in Tijuana, unconscious.
No, he'll be off of Fifth Avenue there with the My Pillow guy, smoking a little bowl, smoking a little piece of the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's mean. That's mean.
He's a big boy. You can tell.
You're meanie.
Exactly, it's Trump.
Yeah.
You know, a guy in Queens, like I really have any mercy for a guy with a mouth like that from Queens. Yeah, right.
So you're gonna have
So
to
I got
four more years.
I got the Browns and Saints today myself. Nobody else here picked the Browns. Our leader in our contest is 5-1. Now she is 7-1. Everybody's going to need to step up in order to overtake her, but we'll see what happens.
Wow.
Where are you and where am I?
Let me see. Where
Middle.
are we?
Back.
You would be not so good there. You're at 500.
I'm 500.
Yeah.
And what about you? Big shot? You're 5-3?
I would be 5 and no. I'm 4-4 too. I took the Ravens as well. Yep.
Well, I'm going with the upset today, the Bucks, and I guess I'll say the Chiefs. I have to.
Yeah, they're kind of split there. I think it was 9-7 New Orleans from all the folks in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a logical pick, but
And 9-1 Chiefs, or 9-15, 1-15 Chiefs, or sorry, 15-1 Chiefs. I'm the only one.
yeah. So you'll make it great when the Browns win, right?
Here's a question I meant to look it up
Browns
last night.
win.
I haven't looked this up. Trey, where's the sharp money going in the Cleveland KC game? If you have any of that intelligence?
Okay, so the sharp money is going on Cleveland because the line is dropping. It's actually at 9.5, and I'm seeing some 9s also. So sharp money is on Cleveland because I'm guessing because KC they haven't been covering double-digit spreads lately.
No, they haven't. Quite, yeah. In fact, they went 5 consecutive weeks where they didn't cover at all this season. So.
Yeah, and I agree. That's 10 is a lot.
Yeah, giving them a 10 burger. That's the argument for against giving them a 10 burger. Unless you think it's a blowout, then 10 burger is not a problem.
I think it's kind of disrespectful. These players look at these spreads too, and 10 points. I think the Browns are going to come out firing. And like I said, if they're inside KC's 40, and it's fourth down and manageable, you gotta go for it.
Hey, disrespecting a spread doesn't make your talent level any better.
All right, guys. Well, we got an hour till game time. I gotta get some chores done here, and I think we're gonna close with what's the song we got, Eric? You want to play Hey 19?
Yeah, that's the one I've got lined up here. And it's in honor of the whitest guys you'll ever know. And next week I'll play some clips from those guys. There's actually some funny stuff from a group of comedians called The Whitest Guys You'll Ever Know. But you'd think this would be the music they listen to. It'd be Steely Dan, because this is the whitest music I've ever known.
All I can say is watch out for the 19th.
Yes, sir.
Coming up.
Big day.
Hey 19. Now the bell goes on. Ding.
Have a great day, gentlemen. Thanks.
Thank you to Brian Keller, Sports Rock, Trey Washington, gambler extraordinaire, and Well Read for another well-done production. We'll see you next Chabdog Sports Talk. Thank you for listening.